I need to go, Grandpa. And he's like, okay, I'll see you next time. And I was like, okay, I'll see you next time.
Wow. Can you say something?
Hello?
Okay.
I'm like laid back.
It's just like the whole time.
I'll just be holding it the whole time.
You don't have to. Okay, you ready?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Let's just start it.
Let's just go for it. Okay, we got our waters. We're lit. We're in a vibe. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Maikon show, the coolest show in the whole wide world. Today, I'm with a special guest. She's a business owner. She's a model, right? You're a model?
I guess so.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
And she's killing it. Joselyn Palomar.
Hi. I've seen a few of your podcasts.
Oh, you have?
Goes. Yes, I have.
Hey,
I did my research.
Okay, that's
Stranger
good.
danger.
Okay.
This is the first time that I'm meeting him.
That is true. That is true. Girls, make sure you do your research. Don't just show up to people's houses.
You'd be surprised. That's how I would go on dates. I'd
Really?
literally be like, hey, so I did my research on you. And they'd be like,
Yo.
girls, text your friends
Yes.
where you are. Take a picture of the license plate. You have no idea. Sex trafficking.
Yes, no, that's really true, bro. Like, it's crazy how women, a lot of times, especially nowadays, they think everything is good and dandy.
Not. I used to
not.
have a roommate that used to bring first Tinder dates to the house.
Shut up.
Don't do that. Do not do
Don't
that.
ever bring a guy to your house, especially if he gets obsessed. It's bad. It's game over after that.
I have so many stories. Oh my gosh.
Okay, what's his craziest?
I've met everything from like the sweetest person that you could just so tender and sweet to like, what the fuck is this?
Yo.
Hopefully he never sees this. If you do, you know who you are. I promise that I would never say this, but I have already told all your friends. We're in the same friend group.
Oh, fuck. Receipts.
I think the craziest one, I am not the type of person to be possessive. Like, you cannot possess me. My boyfriend now. When we were dating, I was like, whatever you do, I can do. None your business. Let me thrive. Just because I'm dating you does not mean I am now titled, this is me.
Preach. No, that's true. That's true. That comes with the man's confidence. If he really lets you do what he wants, that means he's not doing nothing bad. So why not let you do whatever?
Exactly. Trust. Fundamental. That's the main ground level that you want to have. So I was introduced to this guy by my friend. I would go out with him, and this was when I was freshly single. And
Freshly single?
I've only been in 2 relationships.
Oh, wow.
I'm very picky. And he knew this, but I was hanging out with him because I wanted to, like, I don't really have a lot of girlfriends. Now I do, but before I did not. So I was introduced to his guy friends. They were like, oh, who's her? Who's this? Like, tell me more. And one of them was like, let me get her number. And he was like, no, trust me. It's too hard. Yeah. And he's like, what, is she difficult? He's like, no, like, you're the one that's going to be difficult. Later, I found this out. Oh. So he asked me out on a date. Didn't feel the vibe. I just wanted to be friendly because we are in the same friend group.
Yeah.
Later on, my friend lived right next to my work, so I would go over to his house for my lunch breaks. And one day he saw me there. He messages me and he's like, he has a girlfriend, right? Why are you doing this? And I was like, excuse me? And he just started going off on me, calling me these like names. I drive to this guy's house. I'm like, come outside.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And he was like, you're outside? It's like, yeah, if you're going to say this, say it to my face.
Fuck, damn.
He walks outside and he explains himself in the nicest way because, you can say these horrible things through a phone, but not to a person.
It's weird. Social media has done some weird thing with that.
I hate that.
Yeah,
just be upfront. Be honest. He was like, why don't you want to date me? I was like, because of this. You already started assuming things. First of all, I'm the reason that your friend is still with his girlfriend. I was trying to keep him on.
Yeah. Oh,
Second,
damn.
You're too possessive. You can't possess me, and you would not be comfortable because I'm out here trying to do my own thing, grow. I'm not going to lie. The things that I post and how I post, you have to be confident that, okay, look, I'm with this person. I just have to trust her. It's just that I was in a toxic relationship before, and it does not end well.
So, Joselyn, where you from?
From Provo. I was born here.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Family's from Mexico? Or?
Yeah, they're from Mexico. I'm a first generation. What do you call it? Generation. Yeah, so mi pegaron. Big on.
Where are they from? What part?
Jalisco.
Have you been back?
I have been, but I don't remember.
So
I
not
was
lately.
like 2 years old.
Oh, okay.
I was a stubborn child.
Why is that?
Because they would want to send me, and I'd be like, no, I don't,
I don't want
go.
to.
I don't want to go without you guys.
Talking about that, how were you in school as a kid?
Shy.
Very shy?
Painfully shy. I grew up in a very strict religious Hispanic household. You're kind of expected to be like perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
And so I was kind of scared to not be perfect.
Dude,
At the time. I don't really care anymore. My mom, I love her. I love her a lot. But me and her butt heads a lot because I am what she calls de la calle. Why? Because my curfew was 9 o'clock and I would be coming home at 9:30.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're from the streets, hardcore. After high school, what did you do?
I cried.
What? Why?
I went to graduation. We go home and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do now.
That is hard. That is. I feel like a lot of people go through that. Did you want to take the college route?
So, my entire life, I wanted to be a fashion designer. Took art lessons, sewing classes, design classes, everything related to fashion. That was I was on it. You know, when you go into the counselor's room for like senior evaluation, seeing what courses you want to take, what school would fit you, they asked me, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, here's my portfolio. You know, all proud. I was like, here's my portfolio. And this is what I do. And look at these designs, this and this. And they're like, you want to be a fashion designer? I'm like, yeah. I want to be a fashion designer. This woman looks at me and she's like, we live in Utah.
What? What does that mean?
I was like, what do you mean? She's like, if you want to be a fashion designer, you have to go to California.
Oh,
like,
okay. Which is, I don't think it's fucking true.
It's not, but it's very competitive.
Yes.
And if you're from Utah and you know the Utah culture, it is
yeah, a lot of people don't want to see each other win. I don't know why the fuck that happens.
They're not very open-minded. It's very much cover your sleeves and wear lots of floral print and leggings with everything and stuff that covers you up.
I feel like it's changing though. Slowly it's changing.
Slowly it is changing.
Right?
I can see it.
I
A
feel
lot
like
more people are coming out with their own like
their own way. And that's because of social media too. I feel like social media opens people's eyes and stuff.
It does.
And that's the hard thing about social media, that it's a double-edged sword. That it's good and it's bad in some ways, you know?
Have you heard of cancel culture?
Oh, yes.
Sucks.
I feel like it's too much now though. It's just too much. I feel like they're canceling themselves because every week, every day there's something new. Someone's getting canceled and then no one cares the next day.
What do you think you would get canceled for?
A lot of things that I edit in the show. No, but I don't know, dude. I feel like I'm not racist. I'm not.
No, we don't support that.
Yeah, we
here.
don't support that. I just love people being themselves. That's my number one thing. If they're themselves, I don't care. Unless there's crazy things like pedophiles and stuff like that. We don't
support that.
But as long as you're in, I guess, the general life rules, do whatever the hell you want to do. It's your life.
Exactly. Love is love. Love everyone. Support everyone. It's none of your business.
Yeah.
Live your life.
You're a businesswoman.
Yes.
What's your brand called?
I own a clothing brand called Vinci Collective.
Ooh. How did you start that?
It goes back to me like putting that off as my dream.
Yeah.
And so years later, this is something that I've always wanted to do. Vision that I always had was representing everyone and everything, because I know that everyone does that now, but before you didn't. As a little girl, little Hispanic girl, you did not see a lot of people like me. like him. Like, no. It was very standard.
Yeah.
And so
Facts.
my dream was to actual design clothes, but then now learning, that's a lot harder. So I just wanted to have a brand, collective, as in everyone, that wears it. You feel good, feel confident, love it. You can wear it however you want, style it however you want, and just do that. How it happened was my supportive boyfriend, he was like, you've always said you want to do that. Why haven't you? And I was like, well, he's like, no, like, why haven't you? It's like, excuses?
Yes. Most of the time it is excuses.
It was excuses
Yeah.
because it's kind of scary starting something, like, especially when you start thinking of like the numbers and how much it's going to cost you. This is mid-pandemic, so you don't think that things are going to sell because it's not really a priority. Clothing-wise, I think your health comes first.
Yeah, fuck.
I just started kind of thinking about it, drawing up a plan, a business plan, having a book and what I want it to be so that way I can look back to it as in like my goal, my mission statement and all of that. Just so if I ever get a road blockage, I can look back at it and be like, okay, this is what I originally wanted. Okay, let's start from here again.
That's really cool.
It comes in handy.
You're essentially drawing up a map of where you started, and just so kind of going back to the basics and like, okay,
yep.
Let me just breathe a little bit and start.
It helps because sometimes you can start with one thing and then you end up like in Alaska.
Were your parents always very supportive with you when it comes to your dreams?
No.
Really? Even with the clothing?
No. So I found a lot of setbacks because they just worry too much. They see failure before they see success.
But failure is what makes success, though.
I don't understand that, though. So I actually didn't even tell them about my first launch.
Wow.
Until my second one. I was getting packages to their house because it got to their house faster than my apartment. And so they would look at it and be like, what is this? I'm like, oh, that's from a clothing brand. I'm like, you have a clothing brand? Like, oh, yeah.
What does Vinci represent?
It represents everyone, all shapes, colors, all ethnicities. I want to represent little kids too. Oh. I want to have them wearing it. I want them to feel like, oh, there's someone that looks like me. I'm not just going to have people that look perfect and have perfection, clear skin and everything. I don't want that. I want the imperfection so that way when they do go back to school shopping, let's say, they see that and they're like, oh, that person looks like me. I can pull it off. I'm going to order it.
And that's what I liked about your brand. It's like you really empower people. Whatever you look like or you say whoever you are, then that's who we support. And that's how you're going to look good in it. What's your plans with it? Where are you planning to take Vinci?
I want to take it as far as it'll let me take it.
Ooh, okay.
If it goes big, great. If it's the next big thing, amazing. If it's just local, I will be so happy with that because at least I achieved my dream. That's all I really wanted to do. Because, I don't know, it might be bad that I don't have huge expectations, but I'm just happy that I did it because that's what I always thought I was going to do.
It's a peace of mind. I feel like a lot of people have so much expectations, and because they didn't reach it, they tend to just like, maybe if I just walk away, nobody's gonna notice. And it's not. Yeah. When you're liking it, when you're doing it just because you like it, and when times get hard, you're gonna actually get through them because you actually just like to do it. Let's say you were in it just to make millions of dollars, to be very successful. When it gets hard, usually you tend to just be scared. And when it seems impossible, you kind of just quit because you weren't there just because you liked it. You know, and a lot of people make it really big because they're there just because they like it and it makes them feel good.
You're right.
You know?
You're so knowledgeable. Just keep in mind, I'm taking all of this. I like listening to people's brains. I like to pick them.
Lately, I've been wanting to interview somebody who has been through like losing a close person of them.
Hello.
And really?
I actually have a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And I might cry, so it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. It's the Maikon show. Things come out sometimes. I've never been through that, and I'm very blessed. How does that feel?
So first of all, my biggest advice that I tell everyone, literally each time that you say goodbye to someone, give them a hug and love them as much as you can. Do not stay mad at anybody because when they die, you repeat the last time that you see them, the last words, your last emotions, what you were trying to do, you relive that over and over and over and over. And depending on how close you were, it's for years. Who I lost was my grandfather. I loved him. Actually, he might have been the only person that supported me growing up. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell his story. He was not a good dad. He would hit my dad, his sons, for no reason. He was an alcoholic. He was a horrible husband. My grandma disliked him. He had cancer when I was really young. He was pronounced dead. I wasn't close with him at that time. Okay. He came back and his mentality changed. He was like, I can't fix what I did to my children. I can't fix what I did to my wife. He was able to live years and years and years. And from then on, I just remember him being the best person in my life. All of his grandkids, we're so close to the point where we're siblings, literally siblings. All of my cousins on my dad's side, I call them up for random things. We tell each other stupidest things. We talk to each other like inappropriately. But that is thanks to him because he tried so hard to keep us like this. Like we call it the Palomar clan. Like
Oh, that's
that.
fucking dope. I love that.
He passed away in 2019. I remember the last time that I saw him, I went to go drop off something, but I was in such a hurry to go because I was going to go watch movies with my friends. And it sucks because I relive that every single day. He was trying to tell me, I feel kind of sick. I was like, oh, really? I sat down with him and I listened to him and I was like, yeah, but I'm going to come back. I'll see you again. And he's like, okay. And then he wanted to tell me a story and I was like, I need to go, Grandpa. And he's like, okay, I'll see you next time. And I was like, okay, I'll see you next time.
Wow.
I get a phone call from my cousin. He says, hey, Grandpa's in the hospital. He fell. And me not thinking anything of it was, oh, he's going to be fine. He just fell. Rushed to the hospital, and that was when I saw him, and I saw him struggling to breathe. All of us were like, there. We were like, what's going on? Like, we don't understand because he was fine.
Yeah.
And so he goes and he gets sicker. We're trying to be there. The doctor can't give us any good news. He says he's going to do this and this and this. And we do not leave the hospital. We all slept in the hospital floor.
Wow.
We just didn't want to leave. And so the day we were waiting on my aunt to get here from Chicago, that was the last person that was missing. And that was our whole family. And that's when they pulled the plug.
That's hard, dude.
It is. But yeah, just hold your loved ones as much as you can. He left such an imprint in our lives. Any of us that even talk about it, we just get so emotional. We still cry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, dude. You want a napkin? I'll get you a napkin. Yeah, dude. Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's tough.
Okay.
It's really like I could never I don't know how that feels, and for you to be so open about it. And life, like you said, sometimes we take it for granted. You just don't know. Dude, it's like, wow.
But that also shows that people can change. Because like I said, he was a horrible dad, horrible husband, but he was the best grandpa that I could ever have been blessed with.
With that being said, thank you so much for pulling up.
Thank you for inviting me.
Dude, it's been awesome, man. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with us right now, enjoying a good time. Like I always say, go to sleep early, have fun. Don't go to sleep mad. Put a smile on your face and keep killing it. Keep working hard because your time is coming. You just never know when. Love you guys. Peace out.
Bye.